Javi comes to terms with his addiction. Helen gives us a 5-star performance, and things between Alicia and Danny finally heat up. We're talking all this and more. Grand Hotel Season 1, Episode 8 After Show. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's up, everybody? We are here. We're back in the house talking Grand Hotel, and what an episode it was. I mean, so much to talk about, so many hard-hitting topics. We're going to get to that, but first, I want to get to our panel. We are missing a couple of people, but they'll be back with us next week. We're missing the amazing Ricky, so he'll be back with us. But here in the studio, we do have Chae, and I have to say, guys, this is Chae. She is our Nostradamus prediction master. Welcome, Chae.
Hello. I like to call it like I see it.
I mean, I tell you, she's always calling everything. She amazes me. And my name is Rachel. I am your host here, and I'm a drama enthusiast. I love drama in scripted life, but not really in real life. Sometimes in real life, but not really.
The chat is live, by the way.
Okay, so we have a lit chat, which is great. So we're going to be getting to all of you guys in the chat room. We love chatting with you and talking about the episode, so feel free to drop your comments. We also have got our Hotel Mystery special segment coming up, and we will let you know, we have to let you know that we are going to have a special guest in studio next week. So you're definitely going to want to tune in next week to see who that is. But we're going to be getting into so much tonight. But Chae, I want to go ahead and just get our overall thoughts of the episode.
Overall, there are a lot of things, moving parts, but I loved it, especially Helen's 5-star performance. Well, because if you guys don't know, Winnie Robinson is a performer, especially from the Steve Harvey show. She would just perform on episodes of that. And she runs the Amazing Grace Conservatory, which is all about enriching lives of inner city youth, kids, and teaching them drama, acting, musical theater. So, like, she's been doing this for a decade.
You've done your homework.
Oh, I know things.
She's a performer?
Yeah, she's a performer. Even when she did Miss Congeniality, she was doing opera as her talent.
That's right. She was in Miss Congeniality.
So she's Miss California, you know.
So, I'm going to have to look her up after this, because I was impressed with that 5-star performance, which we're going to get into. We have a lot to get into. My overall thoughts, I loved it. It again took us on an amazing journey, and ups and downs and twists and turns again, and I'm just like doing this the entire time. I'm like, what is going to happen next? What is going to happen? But what did happen is that we got really in depth into Javi tonight. A lot of focus on Javi Mendoza's character tonight, and touching on a lot of real world issues and problems that a lot of Americans today face, a lot of us face, specifically with the pain pills and the addiction. So we learn about Javi's accident. We learned that Santiago actually threw him the keys. He got into a car accident. That is what happened with his leg. And we also see that he was addicted to pain pills then, and has continued to be addicted to pain pills, which was something that was shocking. So what are your thoughts on that whole scenario that happened, and the pain addiction and on all of that?
When Santiago threw him those keys, in my mind, I was just thinking, okay, you're going to go after him. Like, you won't just let him leave your house, right?
Yeah.
And then he did. And I understand why he kind of says it's his fault, because unfortunately, I also feel that way.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't, and should, like, be more, I feel like, compassionate. But I'm like, dude, no matter how, that is your son. He was still in high school, and you're the adult.
Yeah.
You knew he was drunk. Why would you even why will the keys come out of your hand? Those are my questions. But I granted, you're in the heat of the moment, heat of battle, and your son just told you wish you died instead of your wife. So, I mean, that's a hard pill to swallow as well. And I hurt for Javi because he was just so angry, and neither could understand each other. Yeah. Even then, and now, like, him going through the whole withdrawal scene. It's hard. Like, you're shaking. You can barely pick up a remote. You can't play chess. You're not hungry. You're feeling nauseated. Yeah. And your dad won't let you leave the room to get your fix. And it's like, let's be real. Addiction is a real problem. And getting clean is never easy. No. It just isn't. No matter what you think if you can do it by yourself, you're probably wrong. You need to actually seek professional help for it.
Yeah. I mean, I know we all do a lot of things in the heat of the moment, like him throwing those keys. I can't even imagine the guilt. I can't imagine, like, when we see the guilt in his face on the show. I could never imagine I'm the cause of that problem. It's a daily reminder for him. It's a daily reminder when he sees his son struggling, when he sees his son having setbacks in life. That's a constant reminder of the mistake that he made. And we see that Javi didn't even remember that he had done that in the episode, which he did forgive him, which is, I think, a big step in their relationship healing, because a lot of the times, in order to move on,
you have to forgive.
You have to forgive. You have to talk about those difficult topics that you don't want to talk about. So that was nice to see that hopefully their relationship can start to mend now after all of this.
I mean, it was nice to actually see Javi and Gigi actually have a positive relationship before, because like they really got along. There was real love there, but it was like as soon as he discovered, Gigi and Santiago, never again would he see her the same way. Yeah. I kind of actually hope that Gigi and Javi get to actually have a moment as well, like Santiago and him did this episode, so they can just hash it out. Yeah. Because you've been holding so much anger about your mom's death and you still haven't grieved. I think that's also why the prescription drugs were also still a thing for him. Mm-hmm. You haven't fully grieved for one parent, and you thought your other parent was going to get taken away from you by a new person. That's a good point. And you have no one to talk to. You can't talk to your sister. She's the favorite. Yeah. You don't think she'd understand. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that makes perfect sense. He was going through so much in that time. He was going through so much. His mother has just passed away. He's just found out that his aunt, the person that's supposed to be, very close to his family, his mother's best friend, is sleeping with his dad. The inner turmoil must have been through the roof, and it clearly didn't help when he got in the accident. And I've actually watched, I watch Intervention. I've probably watched every single season of Intervention. Wow. I guess I'm a glutton for pain. Is that what it is? For punishment? Because I've sat there on Hulu watching every single episode of Intervention. I'm like, watching it, I'm like, oh my God, no. And I'm like, then I find myself like affected by it for the entire day, because I'm like, God, all these people, they need help. I need to help them. Or they like, but the struggle is so real and so many people go through it. So, but I also think the biggest thing is you cannot help anybody who doesn't want to help themselves at the same time. As much as you want to help people, sometimes if they don't want it, they're going to keep on the path until they actually do hit a rock bottom, whatever their rock bottom is in their lives. And there's nothing we can do. But I like the fact that he fought for Javi and for Javi to see this isn't like this. You're my son. I care. I love you. I'm not ashamed of you. That's what you thought this was this whole time, but it wasn't it. Yep. And it's like you have two people looking at situations two different ways. Or even the same way, but taking it differently. I mean, it's just like how we saw with Gigi and Yoli, how they were looking at their relationships in different ways as well. So a little bit of a parallel there with their relationships. But yeah, I mean, and it was nice to see at the end, seeing him say, I am going to go to rehab. So I hope it works, and I hope, his character gets clean. I mean, it's going to be a process, but I totally agree. Yeah, so hopefully everything works out for you, Javi. We are cheering for you here in the AfterBuzz studio. Just know that. But I want to get into you guys and just to let you know how much we appreciate you. So before we move on, I just wanted to say thank you for making us the ESPN of Talk TV. But for us to continue to grow, we need your help. So make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Give us a rating on iTunes. 5-star rating will do. 1 through 4 isn't going to work. I don't know why. It just doesn't work. So 5-star rating, leave us a comment. Being a part of AfterBuzz TV for myself has meant so much to me. It's given me a wonderful platform to grow my career and to just learn everyday skills and to be a professional in this industry. So I'm very, very, very thankful for AfterBuzz. So thank you for supporting us and loving us and for all that you do. We love you. Yes. Isn't that right, Chae? Yeah. We do. Yes. Well, do we have anybody talking in the live chat? We have Danielle. We have My Life as Alexa. So Danielle says, Helen tonight, her husband is right. She did need those cookies more than him. And my life, as Alexa says, they're a really good balance between all the storylines, but she can't believe about Ingrid and the baby.
Yeah.
And oh my God, that ending with Danny and Alicia. Fire.
Well, we're going to be talking about all of those topics that you just discussed, and hitting on the first one is Helen with those edibles singing, I'm every woman, it's all in me. Anything you want done, baby, I do it naturally.
Naturally is always better, by the way.
Oh, so we do have Helen. She gives us a full karaoke 5-star performance. She accidentally took some of Jason's edible cookies
that she did not realize
were edibles. Has that ever happened to you?
No, never.
No, it's never.
I can't say.
On accident, gosh, I can't even imagine. But we see her. We've got this influencer, and which I love that they brought it into today's day and age with the influencers and the social media that has become so rampant. So we see her dealing with the social media guy, and she goes off the wall. Just goes into she's getting a massage.
She goes to the massage room.
So we see her kind of spiral, but then at the end of all of this, we see her kind of drop a bomb onto Gigi.
She didn't drop a bomb. Gigi manipulated the heck out of that situation. She wanted Jason out of that room. She knew she was going to get the information she needed.
I'm going to get something out of this. So, and then we see that Helen, she says Santiago is keeping Matteo around because of bad money. So now we've got Gigi, who's been clued in a little bit on the drama. I wonder how much more she learned. So what are your thoughts? What do you think? Do you think that she's learned even more than just that little bit?
I mean, I think she knows it just as much as Helen knows. And I mean, granted, Helen knows a lot of stuff, but she doesn't know the actual deep down stuff, which is a conversation Gigi needs to have with Santiago. Mm-hmm. But at the end, we see, like, she says, I have to talk to you, but, like, seeing just how much he's affected by Javi, she decided to put that on the back burner at least. And, like, let him have this moment. Like, I'm not going to take this day from you. Yeah. Tomorrow, it's going to be a different story.
Yeah. Yes.
But today, however, I'm happy you and Javi talked. I'm happy you got him into rehab. I'm hoping that's going to be better for him. Yeah. And I will wait a day to say my piece.
Yeah, she said, I will wait one day. It ain't going to be more than one day.
No.
But I'll wait one. And she said, yes, truth. What was... She kind of did a little dig. She was like, well, truth is always...
Yeah, honesty is always
the
better.
best policy.
Yeah.
Honesty is always better. I said, yes, it is always better. And she said, I'm going to get it out with you.
In a way, it's almost reminiscent to when Javi wanted Santiago to say, like, tell him about Gigi in the car.
Yes.
He's like, is there anything you want to tell me?
Is there anything you want to tell me? Well, yeah, that's a good pickup, too. So... yeah, so I'm sure we'll be hitting that in the next episode to see what exactly she all learned. And, I mean, maybe Santiago's going to come clean with everything. Do you think he's going to come clean with everything?
Well, he ain't going to have a choice.
He's not going to have a choice. Gigi's not going to let him.
No, it's not. He will. Like, I'm sorry, when you're married, there's a real thing about happy wife, happy life. You ain't going to be happy until you have this conversation with me.
Yeah. So I'm just so curious because in the first episode... we saw Gigi. With Sky. Do you think Gigi has something to do with Sky's disappearance?
No. I mean, and she talked to Santiago about it, but that's so far all we know about that. Besides the fact that he said he'd take care of it, whatever that meant, I don't know.
Yeah. So I still have so many questions. I feel like every time
we get answers, then we left with questions.
Yes. So and some one thing that we did see tonight, we saw Yoli, Carolina, and Felix's relationship. We finally get to meet Felix, which. Yeah, a little back and forth. So, Yoli takes Carolina takes Yoli to Felix's hotel. Then some staged FBI knock on the door that turns into the girls offering him a room at the Riviera Grand. And then we see at the end, some money exchanged between. We see that that was clearly a scam. The guy was in the hotel. Yes. We see some money exchanged between Felix and the guy. So I mean, thoughts on that whole scenario?
I knew it. Let's be no for real. Ask her. I was calling you. I was like, I'm sorry. You was a liar. You was a con man. There's a reason your mama didn't want you around your daddy. Yeah. And I get, because I think Carolina just really wants that father figure, and that's why she's blinded. But granted, she's blinded by a lot of things, surprisingly. But Yoli, I mean, granted, she's still warming up to she was warming up to the idea of it. But I really thought she was going to turn her daddy in.
Yeah, I was really shocked that they covered for him so quickly. Yeah. With everything that has gone on between them. I don't know if you could pay me enough money to enable and embed, like, you're covering, you know, at the time what they thought covering for a fugitive. I would never.
I didn't do it. Ask my mama.
I'm not going to jail for 5 to 10.
All right, like you got, that's like a felony charge. Aiding and abetting is a felony charge. And in my mind, I'm thinking, Yoli, speak up, like, girl, like let your sister be the starry-eyed one. I need you to, like, focus and be smart and be Yoli and catch a whiff of something that don't make no sense. How all of a sudden would somebody just show up at this door? Would he, like, did you ask him if he knocked on any other doors or just yours?
Yeah.
I would have questions for the FBI. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it was just all, I just felt like it was...
He didn't show a badge.
Yeah, I felt like I needed more out of that. I was like, how? No. Like, stop in your mind making up excuses for this. Like, this does not seem right.
First of all, I didn't see a badge. Like, anytime an FBI is showing up at a door, he's going to flash a badge to prove he's the FBI before he showed you a most wanted sign picture. And I would have been waiting to see, I would have, like, closed the door, looked out the window. Is he checking in the other doors?
Yeah.
I need confirmation. Yeah. Like, I'm suspicious. That's also my problem, probably.
Well, I would be the same way. I would be suspicious.
I'm sorry. You ran out on us when I was in high school. You left me with a mom who only cared about my sister. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm suspicious. I'm sorry. Why would you come back now? And like I said, my theory still is the fact that he has money in their name, and that's why he needs them. To access the money.
Yeah. And I was shocked that they just offered a room at the hotel. I was like, that seems super just jumping. Like, how many steps did we just jump right now?
500, I feel like.
You know, oh, hi, nice to see you, FBI. I'm going to cover for you. Stay at our hotel.
I know. I'm like, I would have put you up in the, like, Motel 6.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I would have upgraded you to the Motel 6. That's a nicer hotel than where you were staying, okay? Motel 6 can get it done. They nice and clean today, okay?
Yeah.
I would have put you in Motel 6. You wouldn't stay at the hotel with me. Because I don't know if I could trust you. If I can't trust you farther than I can throw you, I'm sorry, I'm not here for you.
Yeah. I'm hoping that they can trust him, though.
No, they can't. He lied. He like, what? Well, sorry. He conned them into having that decision being taken from them in the first place.
Well, maybe he didn't think that they would believe him.
I don't believe him.
Yeah.
He's a liar. He conned.
But maybe...
He paid for the suit for the man. I'm sorry, no.
But maybe I'm just trying to play devil's advocate a little bit. Maybe...
Go continue, though. No, continue.
I'm just trying to think, maybe there's something good behind it. Maybe he's there to save the day. Maybe there's something with... Yeah, well, Santiago has something to do. They have something to do with Sky's death, and he's coming around to save the day. Am I just completely off base right now?
I normally love to play devil's advocate, right? I'm always down for that cause. However, today, for this situation, for Felix, Carolina, I'm going to need you to open your eyes, okay? I'm calling you Carolina in this situation, just so you know.
Okay. Cool. Okay. But I am that type of person, though. I do like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah, well, you ran out on me. I'm done.
Yeah.
I heard what you got to say, though. Like, I would hear what he had to say for my own peace of mind, just so I can have the closure I needed in my life. But I'm sorry. Like, because it was like, you're saying all the right things, but I feel like there's something off about all the right things you're saying to me.
Yeah.
Like, especially the way Carolina's talking about, you know, I went to a community college. You know, they don't even have sorority. He's like, that's a drag. Like, it's like, obviously, because you haven't been around her, you're trying to, like, throw some enthusiasm, but it's very dry. But you know the person you really need to convince to get on your side is Yoli. Mm-hmm. Which is why your focus keeps going to Yoli.
Yeah.
Carolina's easy. She's like she's legit like a lost puppy without her owner.
Yeah, no, very true. She also has some really funny lines tonight.
She really did. The outfit was cute. However, you knew the one you needed to convince more than anybody in the entire room was Yoli.
Well, he convinced her enough to get a room at the hotel.
I feel like she's gonna figure it out though. Eventually, she's gonna. I really hope.
Okay, well, we'll save that for the predictions. Maybe you can predict what you think is going to happen next week. But so another hard-hitting topic tonight was we had Matteo and Ingrid. So we see Ingrid has actually lost her child.
Yeah.
So
miscarried from all the stress.
Yeah. So that was really sad to see. I mean, we see Matteo coming to the actual hospital and offering. I mean, of course he feels guilty. It's his fault.
He should.
Yeah. 100%.
You get no sympathy, Matteo. I'm sorry.
No.
You wanted the baby gone. You got your wish. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm sorry, sir. You don't get to now feel concerned for me when you don't want me to have the baby. You didn't want to have a relationship with me.
Yeah.
You're trying to toss me away. And now, I mean, granted, what happened was your fault, but still, there's nothing.
Yeah. Matteo's character he's just so bad.
He's just
so evil.
He really is. And you want to find, I feel like there could be redeeming qualities.
Yeah.
They're just hidden.
Yeah.
Deeply
hidden.
I mean, granted, I do think he does care about Ingrid. Mm-hmm. He does, but I feel like he is like that type of person.
To benefit him, I feel like.
And I feel like he doesn't know how to share actual emotion for another woman. Mm-hmm. Like in a actual committed type of sense.
Yeah. He's also just selfish.
Very true.
Very, very selfish. Well, someone who proved to be not very selfish tonight was good old Danny. Danny and Alicia heating things up finally.
I know, that was... Yeah, so everybody in the chat are like most people are just Javi and Ingrid before we go to Danny, and then one person is just like, I'm sorry, I do like Matteo and Ingrid together.
Okay, so we have somebody supportive.
And okay, I felt bad how everybody kind of jumped on Ingrid this episode. I will say that.
Yeah,
because she just didn't deserve it.
No. Well, she kind of did.
I mean, for the choice she made, yeah, but she also
just went through.
She could have died.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, besides the fact that she could have died, she did come clean though. Mm-hmm. I mean, granted, she could have let Gigi blow her up, and she could have just took that way out. But she actually came clean, and she actually didn't care about Javi as a person.
Yeah, she came clean. She didn't come clean to everybody. She just came clean to Jason. Right?
She came clean to Javi about the baby, and now Jason is the only other person that knows besides Matteo. Yes.
Yeah.
And the fact that he even blamed her, I thought that was very kind of unfair.
That he blamed her.
Yes.
Who, Javi?
Blamed her for lying to Javi.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah.
And just a little bit right after, obviously, she lost her baby from all the stress that she was under, and almost having a building collapse on you.
Exactly. I know. I definitely was surprised when the episode started, and it wasn't that I was happy to see that she had kept the baby, but I mean, I knew what the storyline was probably going to take us there.
Yeah, I guess as soon as she started having pains, I was like, man.
Yeah, this is where this is going.
Which it just, and I wonder how that's going to affect her. Mm-hmm. Because granted, we only know bits and pieces about Ingrid, about her life. Or what even led her to the hotel. We don't know that much about that type of background. Mm-hmm. So I'm really curious as how she handles the loss. And granted, if Matteo is now going to try to be there for her in a comforting way because she lost a baby because it's his fault. Or maybe if Javi gets out of the rehab and he finds out about her losing the baby, what that means for them.
Do you think Matteo is going to come clean?
That's what I feel. No. I mean,
the guilt might get to him.
That means he has to have a heart, and I don't really know if Matteo has one. And that's, for me, guilt and conscience, that you have to have a heart for that. And from what we know so much about his character, he seems to have one, but it's like the Grinch is 3 sizes small or something like that, and it's not an actual breathing, beating thing. Mm-hmm. So because of that, you have to have a heart to feel guilty and have a conscience.
Well, we'll see on that.
Yeah.
We will see. But as we did see, we saw the Alicia and Danny, just to touch on that again real quick, seeing them heat things up. I know we were definitely sitting by each other, we were just like grooving to the music. We were grooving to that Camila song that popped on. So yeah, I mean, he definitely didn't want his chance to pass up, and
he took that shot.
And then I was sitting there like, can somebody take a shot on me?
No, for real. And I was like, Danny said, I'm an idiot. At least I was like, I love to hear a man say that. Mm-hmm. There's just something so sexy when a man can admit you're a complete idiot. I so appreciate that.
Right?
It makes you sexier.
Yeah, it does. He said, I was in the wrong. I was wrong. You are my person.
I don't care anymore. I don't care what my complications were. I want you more than I care about the complications in my life.
Yeah, it's just like, I thought you said your life was complicated. He's like, it is complicated.
At least he was honest, though.
Yeah, it is complicated, but I don't care anymore because I want you.
Taking off shirts, picking her up.
Yeah, and him finding out, and that was after he found out. He said he found out that Javi was with, was with Ingrid. Yeah, the whole night. So he's like, okay, well, now I know that he has nothing to do with Sky's disappearance. Because I know that was a big thing because we saw Sky and Javi and the drug connection. But we know now that Javi does have nothing to do with it. Or dun, does he? I don't know. But we see that he goes, okay, well, that's great. Now I'm going to take my chance. I'm going to go straight to Alicia.
So Jason tried to throw a little wrench in there. Saying, I mean, what about other family members you could suspect? He's like, no, dude,
that's right.
Don't jinx me. Don't bring it up.
I'm sorry. We haven't even touched on Jason. Poor Jason. A little bit. Poor Jason.
I mean, Jason. I like you. I like him as a character, right? But sometimes he's a great guy, but he has those moments where you're just like, you're a complete a-hole.
You think Jason's an a-hole?
Okay, I won't say a-hole so much as when he gets very emotional enough when he strikes out against somebody else.
Like when he got upset at Ingrid tonight.
And even Javi. Mm-hmm. And not even understanding what obviously Javi's going through. I mean, it's easy. It's always easy to see from the outside of what somebody's life looks like when you're not living it. If you cannot walk in somebody else's shoes, you should never judge them for it. Yeah. Because you don't know what their experience is like. What you see is easy. Could be filled with a whole bunch of pain.
I was surprised to see him blow up on Ingrid that
I really harshly,
was too. Especially with his feelings towards her and, like you said, what she's been through, what she just went through. She almost died. So that was.
And she always felt she can come clean to Jason. Like Jason's the person she can actually be honest with too.
Yeah. I'm
like, dude, you put yourself in the friend zone.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So interesting. And, I'm, again, so much more excited to see all these relationships continuing to grow, continuing to throw us curveballs, and so excited to see what's going to come next week. But we want to get into our special segment here with Chae, the great prediction guru Chae here. We're going to continue our special segment on mysterious hotel disappearances. So Chae, take it away for our special segment.
Hey guys. I just want to watch Law & Order every time I hear that. Okay. So, we're talking about Rose Burkert and Roger Atkinson. Yeah, I said it. That's how it's spelled. In September 1980, Rose and Roger stayed at the Amana Holiday Inn near Williamsburg, Iowa. The couple got the last hotel room available thanks to a last-minute cancellation. The next morning, the housekeeper found the couple murdered, and there are some strange facts. There was evidence that the killer put their feet up on the desk, and that they carved a piece of soap.
Of soap?
Of soap. The murderer also left one word written on the bathroom mirror. This. Quote unquote this. Making things even creepier, there was a mortician convention in town with many attendees staying at the inn. After their death, rumors circled about the possible killer. One is that Roger's uncle, a serial killer and recent escapee from a Nebraska mental health center, is responsible, yet the case remains cold. It's one of the 19 of the strangest unsolved murders of all time.
My gosh.
That's crazy.
Did it say how they got killed?
They were murdered.
Doesn't say how, though?
It doesn't say exactly how they were murdered, just that their legs were put up on a desk, on top of the desk.
Their legs?
Their legs were put on a desk in the hotel room, and a bar of soap was carved. Yeah, that is a very strange fact, and I have nothing else to say about that.
Okay, yeah, that is incredibly strange. So I'm actually going to go. Convention. I'm going to go look that up when I leave here, to be honest with you, because I want to know more regarding that. So that was just incredibly strange.
It's been 30 years? Almost 40 years?
Almost 40 years.
Yeah.
Wow. So, also, Chae, do we have any news to report?
We have a little bit of news. We'll keep it short and sweet. So, I know you guys have been wondering about season 2. So, they have been attending the TCAs all day today. And unfortunately, we're going to have to wait till near the season finale to find out if ABC is going to renew Grand Hotel. But keep tweeting, keep hashtagging season 2. You want a season 2. Let your voice be heard. Because we all want a season 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
We do. We want a season 2 because we want to be back here in the studio talking all things Grand Hotel season 2 with you guys. And this series has definitely hit its peak. I feel like right now, where I finally feel like it's like getting gritty and good, and I'm excited for the next episodes every single week.
Well, especially because we have a very special guest. We have the wonderful, the talented, the beautiful, the just legend, Katie Seagal, coming in. She apparently is the boss.
Oh my gosh.
She is the big boss that apparently Santiago has bought the money from.
Oh yes, next week.
Yes, and I love watching her every single time she's on my screen. I cannot wait to see how this character that she's creating, in a way, kind of almost reminds me of Sons of Anarchy, her character from that, but I can't wait to see how that really
So what you're basically saying is next week is going to be such an amazing show because we're going to have so much to talk about next week. And I want to go ahead and get some predictions for next week, for the rest of the season. Chae, hit us with some predictions.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay, so I definitely predict that when Felix gets to the hotel, Gigi is going to find out. Maybe Yoli tells her, or Carolina tells her. She's going to get in the loop very soon that there is an ex-husband around in her midst. And I don't know what she's going to do with that information. It's definitely going to be terrible for Felix. I definitely think that Yoli might figure out that, Felix isn't the dad, quote-unquote, that she wanted or expected from him.
Yeah.
And I definitely hope that because Javi is getting help, I could get my Javi and Ingrid together with each other. Because I think they would be so great together.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that Javi and Ingrid are going to get back together.
I totally agree.
I for sure think we definitely see Ingrid being way more sympathetic, way more just loving towards Javi. And I think that they're going to be able to bond and come together through all of this. I definitely think Gigi, we know that she's going to be fine. She's found out more about the whole Matteo situation. She's going to be a little more wrangled into all of that. Definitely, I agree with you. I think Felix, that's going to be nothing but bad news with Gigi finding out. But I also think Felix could be a good thing. Who knows? Maybe he's there to save the day. Or not, but that's my prediction.
I don't blink.
Well, thank you guys so much for being with us here for this after show. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter at Rachel Swin, and you can find me on Instagram at Rachel Swindler.
You guys can find me at Real Chae Jones on Twitter and Instagram. And tomorrow we have the Good Trouble mid-season finale at 7 p.m. And I'm doing the Veronica Mars after show. So if you guys are marshmallows, tune in. Tell us what you think. I cannot wait to hear it.
We'll see you next time, AfterBuzzers.
Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.